Good morning, good people. We are back. This is Spade of Spades podcast, Saturday, November 5th, 2022. We are back. We have a special guest. Okay, real quick. I got my computer all set up, all nice, and I can't even, I can use it, but.
Yeah, we doing something different.
Yeah. I mean, I can use it, but I couldn't do the stream from the computer because it's talking about, you got to download Chrome. And I don't feel like doing that right now.
What's up?
It's downloading, but it's...
Yo, like YouTube and Google is like, but you can't do nothing without none of them.
I know.
They are loyal. That's a good couple right there. You hear me? You can't do nothing with YouTube without Google.
And I got an envelope as my mouse pad, so don't judge me.
I'm not judging you.
No, I'm talking about the audience when they see an envelope right here with a mouse.
Don't judge us. We got to do what we got to do. We got to do what we got to do.
It's hard out here, man.
You know what I'm saying?
But we have a special guest in the building. Miss Yerneika Lopez.
Yes.
Ooh, I got it right. Because I know sometimes, like, when I tell people my first name is easy. It's Victor.
Okay.
Vic for short. But when I get to my last name and I say, and people look at it, they like.
Hold on, I'm confused.
What?
What do you mean?
Bro, people butcher my last name, bro.
How?
I don't know. But I make
it's Kolk with an R.
Thank you, bro. I say that every single time.
What they call you, Cocker? That's crazy.
All kinds of weird shit, bro.
Cooker ain't no other O.
Bro, I don't know. But that's exactly what I say. You remove the R.
People was really calling you Cocker?
Bro, yes. Yes, bro. Yes. And I make it easy. Remove the R, it's Kolk. Put the R, Coker. Easy day. I know, bro. I listen. I've been
They say enroll Victor Cocker. Are you here?
Coker.
That's tickling the hell out of me. I'm sorry,
bro. Bro, and school people be like, that's not his last name.
Oh, Jesus.
Crazy.
That's funny.
Welcome to the show.
I've been called a lot of things too. So.
I
you know what? Imagine.
That's one of the things
I can imagine.
That's one thing I take pride in is making sure I pronounce people's name correctly. I don't care. It could
Me
be,
too.
It could be spelled.
You know the struggle, so you try your best.
Oh man,
yeah.
it could be
even
spelled
with my name.
ridiculous.
My name is not really Cordell. I get
It's
Cornell. I get Cordell. I'm telling you,
It could be spelled ridiculous. I'm gonna do my damnness.
And every time, like most people hear my name, either with black folks or white folks. With white folks, it's Cordell, Texas Ranger. Texas Ranger will come up, and with black folks, it's Cordell Stewart. Every time, it never fails. It never fails. I didn't even know Texas Ranger, that was his name until I started serving. Oh, like Texas Ranger? Yeah, that's his name. It's Chuck Norris. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy about names. You know what I'm saying? How different people, pronounce names and all that. I know this girl that I work with. Her name is Tanaya, but she spell it like Tanya.
Right.
Ain't no apostrophe. Ain't nothing. It's Tanya.
Right.
Girl, your name is Tanya. Okay.
No, my name is
Tanaya.
Okay. All right. That's what your parents said. Okay. All right. But anyway, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
We are so glad to have you on the show because, obviously, me and Devin, we talk often. When I, go get my service from him and whatnot. But we've talked about mental health on the show before.
Mm-hmm. Couple times.
Yeah, a couple of times, and. It's great that we have someone who's in the community doing the work that's here that we can, get some great information from and insight from. So before we move too far, tell everyone who you are, where you come from, what you do for your work, things of that sort.
Okay. My name is Yerneika Lopez. Family and friends call me Nika, so that's okay also.
Okay.
But you know how to say it, so you could, switch
I'm
back
good.
and forth if you need to. You got it. I'm originally from Queens, New York. living in Maryland for what you know about Queens?
Nothing.
Oh.
I just appreciate, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially, you know, being a rap fan and, you know.
Right.
Nas and yeah.
All that there. So.
Yeah, so I'm
good,
from
y'all.
Queens, New York originally. I've been living in Maryland for the past 4 years.
Okay.
And
So you're fairly new to the area.
fairly new to the area. I love it. I needed to change the pace. Everything that everybody loves New York for is the reason why I left. So it's good to visit my family. A lot of my family is still there. I'm a clinician. I'm a therapist, especially an art therapist. So I love art. I would say I'm an artist. I'm a creative, and I love how art is an unconventional way of doing therapy. So I love it.
Okay.
So I got a question. Yeah, I got a question.
No, go before we move on. Yeah.
What is an art therapist?
What is an art therapist? Okay, so is a therapist, right? But you know, in talk therapy, we talk. We have that like. The idea of someone coming in and laying on your couch, you know, that's the image that they give of therapy. So art therapy is you actually don't have to talk, right? Some people don't have words for how they feel. Some people don't know what to say. So we can do. I brought some stuff for me too because I was like, if they ask me what this is, I'm not gonna tell them. I'm just gonna show them. So listen. Basically a way of expressing subconscious things that you that you may not know how to put into words. You express it through your art, and you're telling me a lot about yourself without even saying it. You may not even know the words for it, right? So, but you tell me through your art. You look nervous. You don't have to know. You don't have to know how to draw to do art therapy. You could draw stick figures. You look nervous. Tell me what you feeling right now.
I'm not
Both of y'all
nothing,
look nervous.
I'm from a person that had therapy a lot. I remember when I was in school when I used to had to do therapy because I was in a program when I had to do therapy. To kind of tune the therapist out, I would watch YouTube videos, but it would determine on how I'm feeling.
In therapy sessions?
In therapy sessions, while I talk to her, it depends on how I'm feeling. It depends on what kind of YouTube. So if I was mad, I would watch UFC knockouts.
Would you show it to her? Or
Yeah,
you would,
so I would
you
be
would
in
know.
the
Okay,
room
so
while-
she
yeah.
would. Okay,
And-
so that's a form. That's an unconventional
Yeah, so
way
that's
of.
why when you said that, I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Yeah, that's
I
helpful.
think I would like that.
Okay, well, look, I got some paper for you.
All right.
You look You look skeptical. I have paper for you too, though. So here we go.
Because the people that know me,
Here we go.
y'all know I'm going through a lot. So.
I got markers. I got pretty colors for y'all. Choose
Oh
what
no.
y'all want.
Okay,
You could-
fine, fair enough.
You don't want to do it. You don't have to.
No, I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm doing it.
All
My
right.
favorite color is blue.
Okay, you got a blue in there.
Yes.
All right, so I had two ideas. It could be something that we do together, or I could have you guys do it separately.
Okay.
What do you guys want to do?
We can do it together.
All right, so if y'all doing it together, y'all have to have two different color markers.
I got blue color. My favorite
You
color.
got blue too, so.
Fair enough.
Even though I'm wearing red.
I got more. You need more color. You need more options. Okay.
That's cool.
Why did I choose this color?
Because I was going to do the same thing too.
Why did you choose that color?
Duval.
High school colors.
Okay. Both of those together.
No.
No, just-
it's orange and black.
So blue
Okay,
is my
okay.
favorite color as well. But then the second best option I chose was our.
And
High school color. High
school colors.
If he took blue, I would have done the same thing.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Y'all on the same wavelength.
That's why we're doing this
So
together.
y'all do it together.
That's crazy.
That's it. Good energy. All right, so I'm just gonna have you guys. I'm looking maybe for a minute.
Okay.
Just scribble. Everybody can scribble. Just scribble.
Does it have to be words or do it
A
have to
scribble. It just has to be scribble.
be scribble?
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
For a minute.
Yeah, I'll let you know when to stop.
This is already an interesting exercise.
Is it?
Yeah.
Ooh, we get to talk about it. I'm excited.
Don't look at my paper.
No cheating, guys. No cheating.
Don't look at my paper.
We got an artist over
I
here.
feel like I'm back in school.
Yeah. A few more seconds. Get to a place where you're ready to stop.
That was
gonna just let you want to let me know when you finish then?
Nope.
Okay.
Because
no warning. Just pull the plug.
Yeah, because that kind of dilutes the exercise.
Okay. All right. We're gonna stop.
Okay.
All right. Hold up your pictures so everyone can see it. Your nice scribbles. Awesome. Now you're gonna switch. All right. I see you guys looking at it. That's the first step. Now take the marker that you have and whatever you see, create something that is recognizable. So now we don't really know what that scribble is. Now you're going to take that scribble and make it something that's recognizable to us. Or at least to you. And then we can talk about it. Go ahead.
Another minute?
Yep, another minute.
What you mean by recognizable?
Like turn it into something like, what does it look like to you? Nothing, right? Turn it into something that you could say, this is a tree, or this is a, I don't want to give you ideas, but don't make a tree.
I think I know what, I'm just going to continue on. I think I know what this is, but, what you was trying to do. But,
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to just continue on. Don't look at my paper.
He's working hard on his paper because he don't know what to do with that.
Now you know what to do. You just got to think outside the box.
Yep. I might give y'all a little bit more in a minute. I'll let you know when I'm done.
What?
Yeah, I mean, because you, you're working hard over there.
You want to laugh so bad.
I do not want to laugh.
No, that's
I'm like, you want to laugh so bad, you can laugh.
No, that's what.
Somebody said that to you?
People who know me, they know I'm bad at arts and crafts, so don't judge me, y'all.
Nah, but I see the focus in your face. That's what's important.
Because I'm thinking.
Y'all leave me alone.
I'm thinking about some stuff while I'm doing this. You said it's art therapy.
Y'all leave me alone. Okay.
But this is not a therapy session, so don't. This is right. So it's not. I don't want it to be intense. No pressure.
This is like a critical thinking exercise, kind of.
Because the podcast for me is kind of like therapy.
Okay. Oh, I like that.
So this is all good for me.
I love
you know
it.
What I'm saying?
I'm excited about that.
Especially what's going on in my life. This is much appreciated.
Okay. I'm happy. See, I'm glad I went back to get the paper.
Okay.
I think I'm
Yeah, I know exactly what I'm doing right here.
All right.
I turned his joint into a twister, a tornado.
Now, this looks a little crazy, but when I show it to y'all going to understand what exactly it is I'm doing once I break it down.
Yeah, you're going to have to let us know.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain what the original picture was. Well, what I think it was. And then what I'm going to do is what I turned it into is...
You're going to tell us.
Right. What I turned it into.
Okay. You want us to start with Cordell while you finish?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, my bad. When I see babies talk.
He likes to talk too, so he might be a next special guest. I don't know. You could tell us about yours while he finishes up.
So
tell us what you started with. You started with the orange, right?
I started with the orange, and I was like, what's going on? So I'm like, it's a little bit, everything going all over the place, and it made me thought about a memory of mine where I was the closest I ever been to a tornado when I was down in Alabama when I was in college in Tuskegee, and remember, having emotions like it's gonna come over here, so what I'm gonna do, but it was on the other side of Birmingham and Tuscaloosa, and I remember my mother being like, "It's okay." I'm like, "Mom, I'm okay." It's on the other side. Are you sure?
Give me a second to explain.
It's okay. So I thought of that, and I made a tornado.
Nice. So you turned it the other way, and you added some storm clouds.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
Really bad.
So,
no, that's great.
I don't want to steal Miss Lopez's thunder, but in regards to the tornado, right? So, in terms of your life, what does that symbolize?
Look at you.
It symbolizes my emotions and my thought process right now, and that's kind of what that's about too.
Okay, so you started with that on your pick. That's what your scribble represents also.
And that's
peaks and valleys, highs.
boom.
And lows.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Go ahead, say it.
So, okay. So for everyone who can or cannot see this, so Scoop's original drawing was to symbolize peaks and valleys in life, right? So you're gonna have your highs, you're gonna have your lows. But what I did was I filled it. So that way it's not really a valley. You're gonna have your peaks.
It goes straight across.
You're gonna come down a little bit, but then you're gonna go back up. You're not gonna fall to the floor. You're not gonna hit rock bottom. So that's why I did what I did was, okay, well, this is what I think this is based off of how he drew it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fill it. And I just connected the dots that way.
Nice. So you're a problem solver.
I am. That's exactly what it was, right? It was peaks and valleys. See, that's why we're doing this.
That's nice. I love it.
We have a good agreement.
I love to do this in groups. You guys know each other, but you can do it with people that don't know each other.
Right.
And it's more about where you're giving what they're thinking, but then you come with what you're thinking, and you make this
absolutely
this piece. And it could relate to a lot of. I love it because working with a lot of different clients, right? Trauma clients, especially, right? You're given this trauma, right? Whatever it is, you don't know what to do with it. You don't know where it came from. You didn't ask for it,
right.
And you can turn it into something great, right? You can turn it into a masterpiece. It's all about the way you think, right? It's not what you're given, it's what how you can turn it around for yourself. So, that was it. Just a little. I love doing that.
That was great.
I'm glad you guys engaged with it so nicely.
Yeah, that was great.
Very simple. Very you did all the work.
That was great.
So it was this already a concept, or have you developed the concept?
So in school, we learned a lot of different ways a lot of different things to do. So this was one of the things that I took with me that I'm like, I can do this anywhere, everywhere, with any group. It's just one of my favorite directives to do with people. And sometimes if it's me and one person, I'll get involved, I'll draw something, and we can swap. And so you could talk about it, or you don't have to talk about it, right? Because you did talk about it by drawing it. Like you didn't have to say anything, and you already talked about what you drew, right? He already knew. So that's the thing about it. Some people don't want to talk. Some people don't have the words for it, but you did talk about it. You talked through the art.
Man, if I had this when I was 13, boy. If I had this when I was 13.
Because we just created a form of expression and didn't even realize it.
Right.
I mean, art is expression, so
it is. But we didn't know what we were going to draw. We started. We just started doing it, and then from there we formulated. Okay, I'm gonna turn this into this because of this and that and that.
And you knew what he was saying already,
right?
And
right.
Y'all didn't talk about it.
No.
I mean, so do you work with schools?
I have worked in schools. Yeah, I've worked with children.
Because I feel like, especially when I was going through. When I was in high school, this would have been perfect because I think I would have utilized therapy more. It would have been more useful to me because I didn't want to talk.
Yeah,
I would have been able to express my feelings without talking.
Yeah.
So this would have been great, and I feel like it would be great for kids to because it's kind of hard, especially as a kid, to talk your feelings out, and be truthful.
If you know the feelings, sometimes you don't even know them.
You don't even know what's going on. So, that would have been really, really helpful for me in high school because I lost my dad when I was I was a freshman. So, I went through a lot as far as didn't know how to feel. And didn't know what to do with them emotions.
Yep.
Right.
Luckily, I did have football, but you know, and then when it wasn't football, it was it was tough.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
especially being in those therapy sessions. So even though I did, what I
You
what
had
I
a way of
said,
expressing
I had a
yourself.
way, but at the same time, I couldn't do that all the time, and
Right.
I wanted to talk and actually do therapeutic stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no open-mindedness to do other stuff. So, I think that would be great,
Yeah.
for the kids, what I'm saying? Especially younger kids to go through that. So, like, it's really mind-boggling.
So, I mean, we pretty much covered topic 3.
I mean, but just can I just say something?
Oh,
about
yeah,
that?
absolutely. Yeah,
well,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
part of the reason that I even went into it, right? When I was introduced to it years and years ago, I was in a school teaching children with autism, and some of them have limited ways of expressing themselves, or so they had an art therapist in the school. She would come into the class 30 minutes a week. Some kids who, sometimes they get frustrated, so they express themselves in different ways. Sometimes it looks like aggression. Sometimes it looks, behavioral. Every single kid in the class sat down for art therapy for 30 minutes. Every single kid. And I was like, this is magic. Like, I need to know what this is. So just what you're saying, right? It works well with kids. Kids that wouldn't be able to express themselves through words, right? It is the words for you. So, yeah. That's why I love it so much.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was a great exercise. It really was. It's even for even for folks at our age now.
Yeah,
so
it's not just for kids, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah.
I think the first time I've been in this show, I've been speechless.
Wow.
There you go.
Thank you guys for being open to doing it, though.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely.
No, I appreciate it. Nah, it hit home, especially what I'm going through right now. So it hit home.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to express, what you go through sometimes, and so like to have like a different, alternate, solution to that, and
there's no pressure. There's no pressure, right? It's like
just let it flow. I needed that.
It's perspective too.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta be creative when it comes to, your well-being. Because you gotta figure out what's good for you. Because it not be good for other people, but it's good for you.
That's very true.
You know what I'm saying? And we got to dig more deep into that. Because now, as a people, we're starting to talk more about mental health and all that.
Right.
It's starting to be more of a conversation.
Right.
But we start needing to be more open-minded to different stuff.
Right.
Different solutions to your problems, because everybody's an individual. Everybody have things that make them tick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So to have things like this, it will be, a great thing for people to have a different solution. So like this is really, really amazing. I'm really interested to learn more about it.
Yeah, I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I mean, you drew yours one way, right? Then I turned it into something else that provided a different perspective, and that's part of having a great support system. Is you're going to have one way you look at things from your perspective, but then when your support system come in, no, I'm gonna fill this up for you.
Yeah.
Right, because it's not as bad as you think it is, or you're not going to fall as low as you think you're going to fall.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna let you. Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's why it's good. It's good to have not to have a lot of people, but it's good to have a variety, because you have a different perspective that you would never think. One person give you a different perspective, another person give you a whole other different perspective.
Right.
Make you just be more open-minded and stuff. Because look, we all got friends and family members and all that. And certain things you don't tell certain people. And certain things
certain advice you do not take.
Yeah, and certain advice you do not take. You know what I'm saying? It depends on the person. It's things I tell my sister I don't tell my mom.
Right.
It's things I tell my mom I don't tell my sister.
Yeah.
thing I tell, D-Love, my little brother, that I don't tell nobody else. Same thing with my little sister. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's good to have a variety of different perspectives to figure out what's going on in the totality of things. So you can see it on all aspects, so you won't be narrow-minded on the subject.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. That was great.
I'm glad you guys liked it. Thank you.
You want to move on to the first topic you all had for us, boys to men?
Sure. If that's what the spirit is leading.
Boys to men.
We can transition. So the first thing that we have is why. So boys to men, why is it significant to me as a black woman?
Yes, boys becoming men is significant to me as a black woman. Well, I have a son, I have a baby, but I've also, and that's new, but even before him, just interacting with men at various different levels, different relationships, family, friends, dating relationships. Yep. And, they don't, a lot of black men, and I don't want to say all, right? There's a lot of black men who, were raised in homes where they were not able to express themselves, right? Boys don't cry, right? Fix your face. Absolutely. Don't cry. Look at yourself in the mirror. That's ugly. You can't, things like that. Absolutely. And I think, and it's always been something important to me, just dealing with men in relationships, right? Yeah. But now that I have a son, I'm like, that's not okay. I don't want him to grow up to be a man for the first time trying to figure out how to express himself because he's been taught all his life it's not okay to express yourself. Right? So women have emotions and men have emotions. Women can express their emotions, but men can't. Why? Right. Like how? And what happens when you can't express your emotions? Mm-hmm. What does it turn into? Right? And that's I think that's something that black men have not been told. Black men have not been told it's okay to cry. Mm-hmm. It's okay to feel like, that's weak. You can't be sad. You can't cry. That's weak, right? You don't want to portray that. And I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh. Good morning. What's going on?
Greetings, y'all. How y'all feeling?
Good.
Hello.
Who is Andy?
This is Andy, y'all.
Oh, what's up, Andy?
What's up, bro?
What's up, Andy?
What's up, y'all hairy motherfuckers? Y'all smell like upper lip.
What's up, bro?
What's the word, bro?
Shout out to today's special guest. I appreciate what you're talking about. You talking that real, sis.
Thank you.
I'm Anderson. My question was, it was this video talking about this dude who got on this podcast, or not a podcast, but like a street interview. And he was talking about how, let me find it so I can read it word from word. 1 second. It said, man says dating is hard because social media got women thinking they got something they don't have. Women only want to deal with men who don't have an opinion. They want a nigga that they can talk to crazy and disrespect them with no structure. Does that make sense? Is that accurate?
You asking me if that's accurate?
Yes. Is that accurate? Or is that let me not say that speaks for the masses, but like, is it speak for some like majority of women, or not? I'm not saying you because you're a special breed, but like the women out there.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Speak your truth. I'm listening.
I think it can be accurate, right? Because the same way the men are raised in these households where they're not allowed to express themselves, women and the girls are in those households too, and they're seeing that this is how they're raised, right? Mm-hmm. And so as they get older, this is what you expect of a boy that was told he can't express himself, right? Mm-hmm. Now you're a man, like what do you can't say anything like that to me, right? Mm-hmm. So it goes hand in hand. It's still the households they were raised in. It depends on what they saw men being able to do when they were younger as well, right? Mm-hmm. It's that example that's being set for them.
Yeah, I believe it's true because I start to see more and more videos of women, just saying that it's demasculating when we want, to be loved, to get a gift once in a while. You know what I'm saying? Just to want, how you want to be treated. We want to be treated the same way. We're not a man if we want that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, we have a heart too. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? We have feelings too. I don't understand like how it's not, you're not a man because you want to be loved too. It's a mutual thing. You know what I'm saying? Even though we're hunters, we need something to pray. You know what I'm saying? To pray not, good for us. Why would we want it?
Yeah.
Make that make sense. You know what I'm saying? So like that's
Right.
very accurate. I'm not gonna speak for all women, but there's a lot of them out there that feel that way. It's a lot of them out there that feel that way.
Yeah.
And we talked about on the
y'all.
show
Thank y'all for
mutual
your time.
feelings. Go ahead.
Thank y'all for your time. I appreciate y'all.
No problem,
All
bro.
right,
Thanks
Andy.
for that question.
Appreciate you, bro.
Have a blessing.
You too, bro. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Who are we speaking to?
AJ.
This is AJ.
Hey, AJ.
How you doing?
Hi. I'm good. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing well.
We are great.
Thanks for watching, AJ.
Of course. I just wanted to say, just watching you guys do that directive was really awesome. I can see that there's something brewing, something that came out, and I would say keep creating. And if you have some time to kind of like hone in on those feelings. I'm Yerneika's
She's
good
our
friend from
therapist.
New York.
Okay.
I'm also an art therapist. So I was just like, this is so nice to see. I'm really happy. Also, I know you guys just started, but like the topic that already came up, I'm here for it. As like a Black female therapist, it's really important to talk to our community in ways that we have not been able to talk about things before. So keep doing what you guys are doing.
Appreciate you, AJ.
Thanks, AJ.
Thank you for calling. I appreciate you. I mean, what Eddie brought up, that's it's so.
Have you
feel
ever?
like-
Do you feel like any woman in your life has made you feel it's okay to have to have your emotions, to express it to them openly? Do you feel like you've had that?
And you talking about women? You talking about like just women, period, or women that
It could be a sister. It could be a mom.
Well,
it could be
well, the women in my family,
Okay.
the ones that matter, yes, in my household,
Okay.
yes, my cousin, yeah, my little sister, yeah. So like, the people that closest to me, yeah.
So you've been taught that it's okay, and then when you
Yeah.
like date, it's like taboo.
It's
Trash.
or a falsehood in the hood of it,
Yeah.
where in the beginning, it's all.
It's okay.
It's good. You can your emotions, but once it go, the longer it gets, you looked at different.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, my name is Sid. Hi, Mika.
Hi.
Hi. Man, I have to call in and say I'm so proud of you, and I love this conversation. It's about time.
Thank
It's
you.
about time.
Yeah.
So I'm calling in too because I'm also in the mental health field, psychology. That's why I'm expressing that it's about time we communities and just letting them know that there's nothing wrong with getting mental health. Nothing wrong at all.
Yeah.
We all need it, especially at this time.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm using that technique that you just used. I'm putting that in my repertoire as well.
Go for
Putting
it.
that in my repertoire. Definitely. But I just wanted to call in and say I'm listening. I'm loving it. And let's get this out there.
Thank you, Sid.
Appreciate
You're
you.
welcome. You're welcome.
I was going to say before the phone call that it goes back to us having unrealistic expectations, right? Okay, so first of all, we have no identity as a people, right? So if you have no identity,
As Black people, you're saying.
we have no identity because we want to identify with all these different things instead of what we really are.
Mm-hmm.
And what comes with that is if you have no identity, then you have unrealistic expectations. And I mean, it's obviously not an all size fits all kind of situation, but in my opinion, like I think that because when you look at other groups of people, right, they have an identity. They know where they come from. They love where they come from, and they embrace each other. We don't embrace each other. We only do it when it's moments of turmoil, right? The nationally televised incidents that happen.
We don't do it when it's not convenient,
right? We don't support each other.
Not at all. Let me tell you something, Cordell. If you own a construction site, and if you do one of those Spanish workers dirty and fire them, all of them is walking off. Every last one of them in mid-stride in the forklift. What? They gone.
They're not even going to turn it off.
What? You said they did what to Pablo?
Yeah.
No, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Bruh, you know, he was pulling teeth trying to get a group of black people to go to corporate. They talked all that. It was a whole lot of talk. But when it came to action, it was nothing.
Yeah, and you know, going back to
I don't want to get fired. They can't fire all of us.
Right. Well, and remember when you know, the Asian Americans, they got that legislation passed?
Yeah, boy, I mean,
they got that thing
I'm not
passed.
saying that. I'm not. Ooh,
They got that thing passed
that
within
subject
weeks.
is, boy. Oh my goodness. I mean, I ain't saying that they shouldn't have it. I'm not. That's not what I'm saying.
No, absolutely, they should have.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, how the fuck we don't?
because we don't know how. Because we don't know how to
Exactly.
organize. We don't know how to organize. Yeah. We don't know how to organize.
That's annoying, bro.
So what's the remedy?
We've had this question so many times on the show, and it comes down. I feel like because the baby boomers, we can't depend on them no more. Like, the responsibility falls on us, millennials and zennials, we gotta start switching it up, and we gotta start teaching our kids what's really what.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Like, early.
Yeah, because they're gonna get fed a lot of
all
info.
these nasty generational curses. Cause we talked about that on the show a couple times too. We got to cut that at the neck and start having these conversations. All right, this is what occurred in our family. Boom, 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 boom. This is how we gonna move forward.
Oh yeah.
All this staying in child's place kind of thing. We're not doing that no more.
Right.
We need to start talking.
We can't keep doing that.
Because if we can't get our home straight, how can we expect?
I swear my kids not about to deal with that on everything.
Right.
Yeah.
How can we expect people who don't look like us take us seriously?
Right.
We don't got ourselves together.
I agree.
I mean, and the internet doesn't hide anything
at all.
So, I mean, we're in the middle of midterms right now. Listen, I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. I'm an independent. Whoever got the best agenda for us as black people, that's who I'm voting for. Period. This loyalty to a party, y'all both some shit for real.
BS.
Yeah. That's like,
it's BS.
Like why would I blindly vote for somebody?
Remember, it was like that
just because of a party affiliation.
It was like that when you was growing up. Literally, when I was growing up, when I was a kid, it was D. You saw that D? Hey.
Yeah, I'm not doing that no more.
Yeah. I'm with you, bro. You know what I'm saying? It was like if black Democrat. That's what it was.
Yeah, not to hell with that.
Hell no.
Because it used to be if you was black, you was Republican.
What was that? Oh, but you talking about like okay?
That's going back to when Teddy Roosevelt was in office.
Yeah.
It used to be that way.
Yeah.
But now it's a party loyalty. I don't give a damn about that. It's like whoever got the best agenda for us, that's who I'm voting.
It's like shit and manure. Like which one is really, you know, which one's really better? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's you voting for the lesser of two evils.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, to answer your question,
all crap.
To answer your question, I mean, it's complicated, but the responsibility falls on us to get to a different place from where we've been at.
You can't let your environment define you.
Right, absolutely.
People need to stop doing that. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. You can't keep having that as an excuse.
Yeah.
You can't keep dwelling on your traumas, even though you go through that. You have to work through that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I understand traumas affect people. I have my own traumas. But we have to work through that. We can't let our environment define who we are. You can't. If it's not in a conducive way, for you.
Yeah.
And that goes into, boys to men. You know what I'm saying? Even though you wasn't, raised like that to have your emotions, you have to grow out of that. I was glad that I got it early. Like I was able to, it was okay to me express my feelings.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know how to. Didn't know how to other than 36 down and the 31 defense of football. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Didn't know how to. I didn't start losing my mind. You know who I was hanging with. You know what I'm saying? Lost my mind a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But I got it together. I got it together, but it took work.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and
work doesn't just mean you punch on the clock and go work for somebody who internal work. Mm-hmm. People, you know what I'm saying?
Gotta hold up that mirror.
Yep.
And I know that's what you deal with the most, that work.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you have to put in work. Like I was saying before, remember when I saw that that video when it was talking about know your own manual. It was a video where I was seeing it was a dude that you can have me and him can have the same phone. Mm-hmm. But he know how to do something to the phone that I never know how to do, and I had the phone maybe longer than him. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, bro, how you know that? You just got the phone. I read the manual. Mm-hmm. People don't read their manual. And I know you impact you come with people, they don't even know about what makes them tick. Mm-hmm. Right. They don't know what's going on. If you don't know your own manual, how you gonna know what you need to work on or what's good? Or learn yourself. Look in the mirror like, yo.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And I'm kind of gonna go out of order with the topic, but
that's okay.
So we still on topic one, but the third point, the remedy, is how can I contribute to this as a black woman? I think that's kind of like what you was starting to express. Mm-hmm. Scoop was, yes, you have a solid support system with women in your family, but then when you combine that with what's in the outside world, it's like, what the fuck? Like, this is not normal.
Yeah.
And all of that kind of clouds your judgment as far as, okay, yeah, I was taught one way from these group of women, and I'm experiencing this with these group of women, so what is it? Is it me? Is it my choices? Mm-hmm. Or is it like really that bad out here?
Our tastefulness is off.
Yeah.
Our tastefulness is off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think overall as a men, the new generation, we a little bit, even though I do want us to have our emotions, we a little bit too soft sometimes. And women in the generation, they're a little bit too hard sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It's like when we talked about with TD Jakes, we made raising our women to be men.
Yeah.
So what is that? What is too soft and too hard?
I feel like not standing up, just for the boys to men. You know what I'm saying? Not standing up for yourself, because I've seen men go through that just because they want to be loved. Not stand up for themselves and allow women to do that. That's why there's a lot of women that do that, because they get away with that because of the men. Yeah. I seen men out here just, for lack of a better word, simp. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, dude, have some respect for yourself. And I see women just be way too hard. I don't want my women to be hard. Like, you can have hard qualities, but I'll come to you I need you to, the nurture. You know what I'm saying? The nurturement in the females is lacking.
Be that soft, fluffy pillow.
Yeah, I don't want to come home to a concrete wall. I want to come home, boom. I'm like, dang. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Not a concrete wall.
you feel me though?
No, that's true though. That's true.
It's true, and I'm like,
That's true,
like
yeah.
that, like, baby, damn.
That's true. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I want you to be harder, a little bit. I don't want, but like, hey, how you doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I mean. By
Rub my back.
I hear you.
What do you
I hear
think?
Everything depends, right? It depends on the nurture, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nurture as a partner or nurture as a mother, right? And I think this is just all of the things that I've heard about, like, relationships, right? People that have talked to me about it. So it's like,
If you can't nurture as a partner, how am I trust you to be nurturing as a mother?
Well, as a partner, I should not be nurturing you as a mother.
No.
Like, no.
I know that's two different things, but at the same time, why would I trust you that far to make you the mother of my child?
And nurture as a mother to a child. But I'm saying some women feel like they're nurturing their partner as a mother would nurture their partner. That's
No,
what
I
I'm
don't
saying.
want that.
Right.
I don't want that.
Right. So I'm saying, but I've seen where that's what's wanted too.
Yeah,
right? And
that's what I mean by being soft too.
Right. Well,
that's keyword being soft too, because you want to be babied, and I'm like, no, you're a grown
and that's
ass
why you
man.
coming home to a brick wall because I'm not your mother.
I understand that.
You know,
We lack tactfulness.
Yeah,
on
it's
both
a lot.
sides.
It's a lot.
I didn't just say it was women; it's us too.
No, it's everybody. Everybody's upbringing. This is how it meets, and it's all different. And you can work through it, you choose to, or it's just a lot of factors going into it.
Yeah, because we talked about that, about like, because there's a lot of people, that mother mentality. Even though I would like qualities of my wife that my mother has, I don't want her to be my mother.
Right.
Because you only have one mother.
You only have one mother, and that's weird. I'm like, I don't want, like, at the end of the day, you're my wife. Even though I want you to have qualities of my mother, because my mother was a good mother and a good wife. So of course I want you to have some qualities. I don't want you to be my mother, though.
And that was your experience with your mother, right? But there are some people who didn't have that experience with their mother.
Yeah.
And they want to be mothered because that little kid in them was never mothered, right? And so sometimes that does come into relationships,
That's true.
It's not easy.
So I'm gonna go back now so what is the difference in white men versus black men when it comes to?
Bro, I don't know them like that, cuz. For real. No, like, keep it a being. Like, I don't know them like that, so I can't really tell you.
But
Observations, things that you see.
Observations
but
I've
this is
seen.
why I'm asking that
I
question.
can't. That's an assumption at the end of the
But
day. I don't know.
This is why I'm
Okay.
asking that question that they provided, because in terms of going from a boy to a man, what's the difference?
I don't know. I can't.
You know the difference.
For white and black.
Yes.
I mean,
you know what the difference is?
Other than
You know what the difference is, bro.
other than race.
Don't overthink. It's not even that. Well,
But what?
that's part of it.
And most of them most likely have two parents.
Thank you. You just said yes. That's what the big difference is.
Boy, but what I'm saying is, how many times you seen, nigga, they had the silver spoon in their mouth, all that.
No, absolutely.
Rittenhouse. You know what I'm saying? Do I have to go more? Like, they still not men. What you talking about? So what you talking about?
Again,
They had went to the best schools.
Yeah,
had
absolutely.
Nurtured the best. Went to, you know what I'm saying? They had the best clothes. They had a maid and all that. Turned out shit. Still turned out not grow up nothing.
Something was amiss when he was growing up.
That's what I'm saying. So like,
So I mean, the responsibility still does fall on the parents.
yeah,
Absolutely.
and the responsibility fall on the child too. You can be raised great and still be an asshole, still be a menace to society. I've seen that.
No, I put the responsibility more on the parents.
What?
Yes.
No, what I'm saying is that's okay. In that aspect, or just period?
Period.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Because even if you raise your child to be one way, right? You provide all these different resources and things for them, put them in the best possible position to succeed and become a great young adult, right? Mm-hmm. But you still have to pay attention to your child. and what they're doing.
We still have to make choices at the end of the day.
No,
either.
I agree with you, but at the same time, so if they're still in your house, right, as a child, right, and you raise them, I don't know, because parents do things differently. But if you have a good relationship with your child, you talk frequently, and you're involved in their life, right, you still should know what your child is doing and what they are involved with.
Of course.
Not saying that you're trying to control what they do, but being a parent is 24 hours out of the day, 7 days a week, 365 forever, until death do you apart from your child, right? Like that's what I mean. Because some parents think, oh, when my child turned 18, that's it. I stopped being a parent. Or when they turn 21 or 25 or whatever the age is, may be.
If that was the case with me, I'd have had a rough 20s.
But that's my point though. So when these kids who have all these great resources turn out to be shit, you can't really blame the child. I mean, yeah, they make the choice, but the parent, you still got to be involved with your child. That's my point.
Society is way more accepting of a white man who grows up to, who is having a crisis than a black man who is having a crisis.
And that's a fact.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's a fact. They have more, leeway.
Yeah.
To do that. They could be a spoiled screw up. We can't even be a poor screw up. We can, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
But that's why
no disrespect to the white audience and out there.
No, I mean they know.
I got love.
Yeah,
for everybody.
absolutely.
I just want to say that.
That's why like this conversation is important too, because we need to know, one, that it's okay if you need help, right? Mm-hmm. But number two, you also need to know where to go to get help.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact.
Because we don't know. Mm-hmm. Right? Like, we don't know where to get help. Why that is, I don't know, because we got the internet, we got these phones.
Mm-hmm. And, it's a online joint called Get Help, where you can talk to an online therapist. You don't even got to see him or none of that.
Like texting or something?
It's something like that. It's like you can. It's like you can go on a website. It's called Get Help, because I watched a channel on YouTube and they was advertising it. Yeah, it's called Get Help. You can be anonymous and all that. You just let your feelings go. Yeah, so you need to find ways to get help. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I know they have like national numbers, but they have like local numbers too. So there's always someone you can reach out to.
Yeah, but again, it goes back to how we're supposed to be as a society, right? We're supposed to be a certain kind of way. We're supposed to be tough and rugged, and we're supposed to not channel those inner feelings that we have and seek that help, because we always fall back on the sword of like what we've been through as a people. But we gotta stop. We gotta stop, and we've talked about this on the show too. We gotta stop blaming what happened to us 400 years ago. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like, we don't have no excuses now.
Yeah, so at a certain point, it becomes your responsibility.
Yeah,
right. What you do with it.
Right.
What you do with what you look.
Ain't nobody saying forget,
right? What you do with what you're given, right?
Right.
Ain't nobody saying forget. We just need to stop blaming shit on that.
Yeah.
Need to stop.
Yeah, I mean, because there's nothing we can do about it now, but we can change how the future looks.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact.
For our community and for our own families.
Yeah.
We just got to do the work and stop channeling our energy into the wrong stuff.
Yeah.
Putting our money in the wrong places.
Mm-hmm.
Our buying power as a people. You know what we rank at in the world?
Tell me, bro.
It's like we're like, as I'm talking about black people, like our buying power it's like 11th or 12th in the world.
Wow.
More than a lot of countries. So I mean, yes, we're not a majority of the population, but our buying power that we have, we can do a lot. We can make a lot of things shake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're just getting everybody else on board.
That's a fact.
Stop worrying about trying to have a quick come up.
That's a fact.
You gotta put the work in.
We wish we had more unity, more people that had power and influence.
But that's
they
that's,
fake unity, but
and that's part
if
of.
we really like,
yeah.
if y'all really like, y'all can make some shit shake.
But see, the powers that be, they know that.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing, and we should know that. History has shown that. But again, and see, like these little free bones they be throwing out, like, oh, stimulus check here, stimulus check there.
Did you see them Juneteenth
What?
products Walmart had? Did you see that? Did you?
Nah, I didn't see that.
Lord have mercy, boy.
What was it? What did it consist of?
It just had Juneteenth, everything, and then they had Juneteenth ice cream. It had red velvet cake flavored. They throw us a bone just to exploit us.
Surprise.
Fuck no.
Right, it's Walmart.
Fuck no.
Look who Walmart is owned by. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's.
I get my underwear there. It's hard to find 3X underwear, Vic.
No. I'm not knocking if you going to shop there at all. I mean, do what you gotta do. I'm just saying, like as a whole, like as a people, like we need to support our own more too, because there's plenty of black businesses in this area.
Walmart,
yeah, but
like that. You know what I'm saying?
But see, it's not cool to have one of those. That's why you don't see it. We have the money to build it.
Every time we had something booming, it's crazy. I just found out about a flooded town in Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
They flooded. It was like black people had land and all that, and they flooded it.
Mm-hmm.
When did that happen?
I can't remember the day. I literally just seen it. I wish I'd
something recent that
I'd
happened.
yes. I mean, no, recent. No, I just recently saw it. This is like back in the day with it. Back in the day with it, and I just read the story, and I was just in shock.
Yeah.
I was just shocked. It was.
I mean, that's just a small example.
Yeah, just it was from the same page where I told you about where Tippin came from.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna let you know. So I'm a server.
Okay.
Already kind of feel like a slave because we get $3.75 an hour.
So you make most of the money from your tips.
We make all our money from the tips because they tax on the credit card tips, so we don't get checked. So that's when people don't tip us. It's like every table is like a mini paycheck. You know what I'm saying? So I already was like feeling like a slave, and then I seen a post, and it was about the where tipping came from. Tipping was a response of slavery. After slavery, of course, people gonna try to work and all that. They didn't want to pay black folks a salary, so what they did, they created tipping. So I can just give you here
Whatever
and there,
I feel like it.
wherever I feel like it. I'm like, just like the feeling of that, and then still having that. I'm like, bro, like just like pay us. Like I don't get it. Like how is that legal not to have minimum wage? Just minimum wage. Like how is that even legal? Because we get tipped. Like make that make sense. Like, but it is.
But that's not even minimum wage.
No.
Well, and
that's my point.
Well, and that's why any job going forward, I'm like, no, y'all gonna pay me.
Yeah, it is ridiculous, bro.
So I don't care if you think it's unreasonable. I'm explaining to you why it's not unreasonable. Because y'all not making shit any easier for us out here.
That's like this generation now, just learning to ask for, like, we're gonna negotiate. I'm not taking that.
Yeah,
we
know
our
our worth.
Market salaries. This person's getting this. That's what I should be getting.
We know our worth.
Yeah.
No, we do.
Yeah.
Because someone says to me, "Oh, that's unreasonable." Why is that unreasonable?
That's not unreasonable. And then they get mad when you be like acting like when I'm getting cut up out of here. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, you only work the da 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 da. I work at this amount of hours. You on salary, sir?
How you gonna tell?
You on salary?
How you gonna tell?
I slap myself. I do DoorDash. I can get money outside of here. Let me go. If I'm not gonna make no money here, let me go. Hey, time out. What you talking about? You got salary, no matter if it's slow or busy.
Yeah.
You gonna get paid, Slim. That's what I be telling them cooks in the kitchen, go off subject. That's what I be telling them kids in the kitchen. I'm like, no matter if it's slow or busy, y'all gonna get paid. Not us. Get my damn artichoke dip. Why is it taking 30 minutes? What are you talking about? My bad to go off subject.
Nah, but I mean that's true, man. You gotta listen, and that's the other thing
worth,
too.
Bro.
We gotta advocate and fight for ourselves.
Yeah.
Like that's where it starts too.
All the time though, not some of the time. All the time. We do it some of the time. Like, I'm even guilty of it.
You know, like, and you know what's crazy? Like we do that when it comes to dealing with each other.
Yeah, that's true too.
That is sad.
That's true too.
When it comes to dealing with the rest of society, we don't do that. We accept shit. I'm not accepting nothing.
None of that.
I'm gonna read this fine print that you printed off for me. I'm gonna read every single word, because when you try to come back later on and said that, oh no, this is that. No, it ain't, because this is what it is, and I read it. But we don't read through nothing either. We get something, oh yeah, you know, we look at the most important thing, whether it's money or whatever, and we just sign shit. Okay, all right. You can't come back later on and have no questions about nothing, because you didn't read what the disclosures were. You didn't read it at all. You were just worried about, oh yeah, you know, I'm making this X amount of money doing this. My title was this. Fuck your title. You better understand what you're getting yourself into before you sign them that dotted line or that solid line or whatever it is. I'm sorry, but
no, you good, bro. This just remind me of a conversation I had with PNC. I'm like, do you want me to email you the contract? Because I got it.
I save everything.
They're just lying. I'm like, I got it right here. You know what? Don't worry about it. I'm gone. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Oh, then here they come, all these incentives. Oh, you know, don't leave. I'm out.
Right.
I'm like, did you hear that on the phone? Did you hear that, sir? I slapped you through the phone. I hope you feel it.
I'm out.
Man.
What you mean? Yeah, no. Again, that doing our homework, reading
the manual,
knowing your manual, knowing what works for you, channeling our energy into the right places. Because we fight each other. We fighting the wrong battles.
Yeah, and find the right spot. Sometimes, some people need a new environment.
Just yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate going back to the crime stuff. Cause just yesterday afternoon, broad daylight.
What happened? I was at work. My bad.
It was a shooting in Northwest, about 4:45, and two people got killed. And it didn't say like what it was about, but it's stuff like that.
That's why I dipped my toes in DC. I don't be in all the way in DC like that.
It's stuff like that. Y'all on the same goddamn corner every single day doing what?
Nathaniel.
Doing what?
But bullshit.
Rain, sleet, snow, shine, dark day. Y'all on the same corner doing what?
Nathaniel.
Sitting in these lawn chairs. What are you doing?
Nathaniel.
You're not retired.
Nathaniel.
So what you doing?
Nathaniel. Nathan. Ain't doing Nathan nothing.
And then them same people look at other people trying to do something for themselves. Like, oh, you a sellout, you this, you that.
You the sellout. You the sellout staying here not doing shit. I tell people all the time, not doing something is just as bad as being on the side is wrong. It's just as bad.
Right. Right. Because what are you contributing to helping us try to get this shit straight?
Nathaniel.
With our community. In like little ways that we can before we package it up and make it a bigger
thing. I got a whole bunch of stuff to say. You saying a whole lot, but doing Nathan.
I don't understand it, bro. I don't understand it. But we're gonna get into the second topic. Suicide. let's jump into let's jump into that real quick because all of us in this room we've experienced a portion of that at some point in our lives, whether it's personally or just people close to us. So let's speak on that real quick.
So yeah, it's a very sensitive topic. Mm-hmm. I think it's sensitive because we haven't been used to having the conversations about it. I think it's important to have the conversations about it. Even myself personally, I used to, in any field, there's always, if you're dealing with other people, as a server even, there's people that you don't want to serve, right? There's a typical client that you're like, I'm hoping that's not what comes in today, right? And for me, I'll be honest, as a younger clinician, I was just like, I don't know what I would do if I had a client that was suicidal, right? Mm-hmm. But it's not, it's unavoidable, right?
Of course.
It's unavoidable. So I feel like I was stretched in that area, just personally, just being impacted by it, right? And my family, and then even having, and actually it happened before I even had my first client, and obviously it happened that way for a reason, but it makes me look at them in a different way. I was afraid to do it because I'm just like, I don't know. It's a lot. It feels heavy to have to save somebody's life, right?
Bro.
It feels very heavy. But I just having dealt with it personally and having known a person who actually took their life, right? It makes me look at them in a different way, right? Because the same way we feel about people, I've heard it like, oh, it's selfish, it's cowardly, like all of these things we've said about it, and I'm not here to judge. But having been impacted personally, I'm like, oh wow, like sometimes they just want somebody to talk to, right? Yep. Sometimes they just need hope, right? And you have nothing to believe in, whether whatever it is, whether it's God, whether it's just tomorrow, the sun, whatever, right? You just need something to believe in. So that's just like it's a really sensitive topic, but I think we have to normalize talking about it because a lot of people don't want to take their lives, right? They just don't want to suffer the way that they're suffering.
They want to,
They want something to believe in. They want hope, right? So I think this is just a random statistic that I know. Don't ask me how I know it. I just know off the top of my head. It's like the 12th cause of death, right? 12th cause of death in the U.S. And I think that's a high number, right? And on top of like, car accidents or whatever it could be, it's pretty high up there as to why people die. And I think that's another reason why I've been led to this field, right? You can't save everybody's life, but if I save one more person's life, right? I think that I'm doing something right, No,
I feel that. This subject is.
I know. I saw you shifting. I wanted to get to you, if you're comfortable, whatever it is you're comfortable.
I'm
sharing.
Cool. Talk about the subject first. I want to say rest in peace, A-Worm, and rest in peace, Kato. Those are two people that I knew that committed suicide.
Friends.
Two friends that we knew. I mean, he didn't know Kato, but A-Worm was a mutual friend of ours.
Prince too.
Huh?
Prince.
So that was a suicide.
It was.
Wow. Didn't know that. It makes sense because I'm like, okay. Rest in peace, Prince, as well. And went through thoughts of it myself, and went through somebody on the phone literally saying they was going to do it, and trying to talk them out of it. It's a touchy subject for me.
It's the hardest thing to do in life.
It's hard. Yeah, it's real hard. But what's crazy is one of the best quotes I heard about suicide is from a dude who eventually committed suicide, who was Robert Williams. Rest in peace, Robert Williams. He said suicide is a temporary solution. No, it's a permanent solution to a temporary problem. And when I feel like that, and when other people feel like that, I'm like, when I tell you it's temporary, it might not feel like it's temporary, but it's temporary. But once you end your life, that's permanent.
Yeah.
So are you ready for a problem that might not be here forever. It's not going to be here forever. Are you going to solve that with something that's going to be permanent?
Yeah.
You got to think about it like that.
I think that's most difficult when dealing with it. I mean, 'cause I know people, like you said, personally, that we went to school with, people I served with in the military who did it. The hardest thing is like when those people are in those moments feeling like that, the hardest thing to do is ask those difficult questions and be that support system that they need. Because a lot of times, like us in society, we don't know how to deal with that.
You don't know what to say, right?
You don't know what to say, and so, but that's exactly what they need. That's exactly what they need. They need you to say a lot to them in order to help navigate them through that space.
And what's key is who you tell that to.
Right.
Yes.
If you tell anyone.
If you tell that to, because going back to what D-Ray said, because you wasn't on this show, it was a comedian. He was like, especially, he was saying he was generalizing women, but this is just anybody, period. Be careful who you don't tell. He was saying don't tell a woman everything about you if you don't plan on being there forever. They would disrespect your vulnerability. He's saying one time he was in the club and a woman was arguing with a man and she was like, well, a nigga, the next time you want to kill yourself, call another girl. So you have to be careful who you tell that to.
Yeah, it's not something it's not a joke to be taken lightly like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And people would throw that in your face.
Right.
Real fast. So it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
You'll want to reach out for help, but sometimes in the moments you're not thinking, you don't have no clarity and you choose the wrong one.
Yeah. And I mean, and what that person should do, I mean, they can be there for you in the moment, but they should definitely help you get the help that you need, right? It's not something for them to carry either, right? It's great that you have someone that you can trust to tell them, but there is help there's hope that's bigger than that for
if you're a person, if you know you can handle it, you can point them to the way.
Right.
Where, you know what I'm saying, where somebody can help you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, no disrespect, no my vulnerability.
Well, yeah, and that's the key too is, and I'm glad you brought that up, because the key to the responsibility falls on that support system. Because if you see signs and you don't want to admit that you see signs, but you know it's possibly suicide, you need to reach out on behalf of that person and get them help. Because they're not going to be inclined more times than not to call themselves to get the help. Right. If you are with them all the time,
you can help them. And even as a clinician, I've had to say, this is beyond my scope of practice. We need to let's go to the hospital,
Yeah.
So there's always, a way to get that help that is even beyond me,
Yeah.
So I think some family also feel like, okay, you told me, good, I can help you. As long as we're talking about it, I can, change your mind, or I can be that hope for you. But that's heavy for a person, right? It's not necessarily their responsibility,
Yeah, I memean, it's having that foresight
to know who is able to help. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because if you know who can help, okay, seek out that help. If you don't know, okay, find a way to figure out who you can contact to get that help.
And you can hold their hand as you
yeah.
guide them to it,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When I'm going through, I know, but boy, I ain't gonna hold you. I one of the first people when I know I'm going through something at work and I'm about to slap somebody, I'm like somebody about to go through a wall. I'm calling my boy. I'm calling D-Love. I'm calling little bro. I'm like, hey fool, I'm about to slap the shit off somebody in this joint. I'm like, for real. He was like, bro, if you want to go outside and calm down. I'm like, fool, for real.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying? It's good to have somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like real talk is is going down. Like if he got one more thing to say in his job, I'm gonna slap fire.
That means
and then
you don't want to, right?
Yeah.
So that's why you call him.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, I like.
Slap fire, huh?
I'm telling you, man.
But we've talked about this on the show too. Is having those soft landing spots. Like us as men have those soft landing spots because we don't. There's not too many places we can go in society where we have soft landing spots.
Right.
At all. It's either the gym, the barbershop. Mm-hmm. I mean,
sometimes your mama.
Sometimes.
That's
that's really about. I mean, obviously besides professional help.
And sports.
That's not what I meant by session.
Right.
That's not what I meant by session. That's session.
Oh. Yeah.
That's therapy.
But I mean, just like as far as that can be if you interact with other people.
Be by myself, listen to Erykah Badu windows.
No. Because because you don't want to be by yourself.
Not all the time, but sometimes it's good to have tranquility and just be by yourself.
I'm talking about just as far if you're in a dark space, you don't want to be by yourself.
Like I said, not all the time, but sometimes it's good to have. Like,
absolutely
positive tranquility.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes tranquility and you just alone with your thoughts. Sometimes it could be. Yeah, sometimes it's not a good thing, but sometimes it is a good thing. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I just need to just. I just need that. Sometimes I need it. It's been plenty of times where I literally will come off work and be in the car for like 30 minutes just to decompress.
And it's so peaceful.
Just to not even no radio on or nothing, just
peaceful.
Mm-hmm.
Just alone with my thoughts.
And you know what? To somebody else that sees you, that may look weird.
Bro, I'm telling you, they be like, bro, what you said? I'm like, yeah, I'm just
decompressing.
I'm decompressing.
I'm just. Sometimes I hate that because I get in the house later than I was supposed to, but I just need that. I need that time just to.
Yeah.
I do that too. Like even when I leave work. I'll just sit in my car sometimes.
Just sit and just
for like 15, 20 minutes before I even pull off to go home and just all right, check my emails.
I mean, I'm not even checking nothing. I'm like just
sitting
for real. Just especially if I don't got nowhere to go right now. Yeah, it's just sometimes it's good to have that positive tranquility. You know what I'm saying? The right amount of tranquility.
Yeah.
You ever just like, bro, I just need to be by.
Bro, sometimes I just get in my car and I just drive.
Yeah, I don't know
where I'm driving to. Listen.
Yeah.
You lose sight where you driving to. You gonna be up in the Carolinas or in Pennsylvania.
You on Patuxent Road. You're like, what is that? What is Patuxent Road? What is this?
No, but like so. Cause sometimes like women ask, okay, like what are ways like guys how do we decompress, right? Obviously, gym, smoking,
exercise, video games.
Video games is another way. Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't want no man playing no video, but if that's his way of decompressing. Don't take that away from that man.
Yeah, but that could be toxic too at the same time.
But it's balanced though, bro.
Tastefulness.
It's
not
balanced.
Responsible because you sitting there playing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's one thing.
But let that man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's his way to express himself. Mm-hmm. That's therapeutic. You got to find ways that's therapeutic to y'all.
Mm-hmm. And again, it's. I mean, I know we shifted away from the suicide thing kind of smoothly, but it's having that foresight. Mm-hmm. If this is what relaxes your partner, like okay, let them do their thing. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Don't take that away from them just because you feel like well it should be all about. No, the fuck it's not all about you.
Yeah, I'm telling you,
it's balance.
You know, one of my main ways that I release my aggression, watching battle rap. I'm telling you, I'm hearing all the different ways they gonna kill you and all that. Oh my God! Oh, it's my release. Yeah. Don't judge me. That's what make me. I know my manual. That's part of my manual.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Page 4,
That's
chapter
good.
2.
Good.
Leave me alone.
Chapter 2.
Chapter 2.
What's chapter 1? What's chapter 1?
Chapter 1 and page 4. Food.
Yeah, I mean it's. Figure out what works for you.
Yeah.
Whatever works for you,
That's
stick
important
to
because
that.
everyone does. I mean, you think that. I mean, you speak it so plainly, like, oh yeah, this is what I'll do. A lot of some people don't know what it is that relaxes them. You know,
That's true.
That's
true.
That's a good thing to know, right? That puts you at an advantage.
Absolutely.
It's been hot for
It is a little hot, and I'm never hot, but it's a little hot. We got.
This is good conversation.
Yeah. It's a conversation that we need to have.
Yeah,
more
absolutely.
often than not. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to when people say be open minded to everything. Don't be I'm open minded to specific things, to everything. It's versatility in everything you do. You know what I'm saying? It's not one way to do everything.
Right.
I just feel like when one thing is true, another thing can be true. Both things can be true, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
So,
it doesn't have to be either or. It could be both and.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
You could be right, but I can still slap you because how you talking to me.
I wasn't thinking that, but
I'm a fool. I'm like, I understand I'm not where I'm at, but you ain't gonna be talking to me like that. Who you talking to?
Yeah.
Two things can be true.
All right, this is it's been a great show. We can ready to wrap up. We got a couple more minutes, but before we go, so for those who have been listening, what are some of the resources that are out there that you have, that you know of, that people can seek out if they need help?
Well, okay. There's definitely the National Suicide Hotline, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did I write it
That
down
been
yet?
going on since we was kids.
The Suicide Hotline?
Mm-hmm. You remember that the little news show that used to come on Nickelodeon? Had the little kids, and they used to interview the kids, and they were talking about suicide. Ever since then, I knew about the Suicide Network. Yeah.
I didn't know.
The hotline, yeah.
Okay. Well, there's the should I give the number, or I don't know if people are ready?
Yeah, just give everything
Yeah,
out.
All right,
It's
so
the same
there's
number.
the National Suicide Hotline number is 800-273-8226. Because we're in Maryland, the crisis hotline for Maryland is 800-422-0009.
Okay.
Or you can call or text 988, which is easier to remember. I actually work for a private practice called Onyx Therapy Group. We see clients in Virginia and Maryland.
Okay.
You get to see clinicians that look like you, right? I think it's important for Black people to see Black people, right? So
Absolutely.
we have a lot of Black people, a lot of Black clinicians. You can just look them up online, onyxtherapygroup.com. If you're not ready for that, right? If you're not ready for therapy, there are books that I think are really good books if you just want to dip your toe, if you just want to expand your thought process. This book that I really, really love is called The Body Keeps the Score.
Okay.
It's very simple. It just gives examples. I like things that are relatable, so it just gives examples of different types of trauma and people how people overcome it, and things that make sense, right? If you feel like you've experienced trauma the way that you feel, it just makes it normal. It makes you know it's normal, right? It validates how you feel about it. And there's also that book is by Bessel Kolk. And there's another book similar to that about people who have experienced PTSD and just overcame it. Some practical ways if you feel like it's something you're managing that you want to help managing. It's called Complex PTSD From Surviving to Thriving, and it's by Pete Walker.
Okay.
So those are a few resources. Also, I think there is a therapy for Black men. There's a website that you could, if you wanted to look up for a therapist, and there's also therapy for Black girls also,
That's cool.
which are easy to remember.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, and the name of that website was BetterHelp. It wasn't Get Help. It's called BetterHelp. It's called BetterHelp.
Okay.
All right, sis. Appreciate you coming on to the program finally.
Yeah. Right.
Finally, I know we had some scheduling conflicts, but we got you in. So thank you so much for coming on to the program.
Thank you.
We definitely going to continue these conversations.
Yes.
Shout out to your fellow therapists that called into the show. We appreciate y'all watching the program.
I don't think I said that right.
It's okay. Therapist, clinician.
Keep tuning into the program. We're going to have a lot more of these conversations, obviously. This is Spade of Spades Podcast. Thank y'all for tuning in. We will see y'all in 2 weeks. We are out. Y'all have a safe weekend.
Rest in peace, my cat, Shadow.
Oh my God.
Don't be afraid to get help.